You guys sure do know how to make a band feel special. Thanks for your patience, especially being so cold. I know there's some people from Albany and Boston. It might not have affected you as much, but I know me, I've still got that thin skook skin, so.
Yeah, I came from Boston.
Welcome with a big slap in the face.
Yeah, so, 10 years. We're going to play some other songs, not just something supernatural songs. So thanks for coming, dude. It means a whole lot to us. It's also because it's here. We wanted to play a show in downtown Pottsville for a long time, and we hadn't been able to. The place we used to play was Church Billy, which was Crimson House. That's that was like the first 3 years of the band. And so we would just pack that place, and it was a lot of fun. I got really drunk.
We looked a lot younger back then too.
Well, my wife tells me I haven't changed in 10 years. But
my wife doesn't tell me that.
I've always been bald since birth. There's been a bald man. The first promo photos, you seen that one? You remember that one? I wore the Tennessee shirt.
I think if it's the one with the graffiti behind us.
Yeah. We'll post it. It's so embarrassing. So the first song we'll do was the first song we wrote, and when me and Brendan met, I just started tattooing in 2010, and I was just happy to be working in Tower City, which is where he's near where he's from, and and it was a place called X13 Studios. Anyone who got tattooed by me in the first year or two, I'm sorry. just come see me, I'll fix it. I'll try. But yeah, we wrote this, and I remember in the tattoo shop, we used to rehearse in the tattoo shop after hours. And he was mumble mouth and stuff, and this was the first song. It was Shirt Legend of the Spaceborne Killer.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know where it came from, but the rest is history. It's kind of led on to a series of geekness, if I can use that word. Developing the storyline of the Spaceborne Killer, and then it became a comic, and this is kind of what started it all. So.
next song, I remember we wrote it after we got signed to Wind Up, and we were getting ready to go on tour with Clutch and the Sword, and this is the best tour ever. We wrote it in this house that's on this back street. It's like a block over. We were living there with a band called Sign on Sunrise. Love Jaybird. But I remember I was sharing a room with Cheesefoot. I wasn't paying him anything. So I was staying there. I just broke up with my girlfriend at the time. And I remember demoing the song, and then we recorded it downstairs. We rehearsed a few times there, and I blew my eardrum out right before it was crazy. You ever had that happen?
No.
It sucks. It sounds like you're underwater until it just heals. So the whole when we recorded the first record, that's the way it was. This is one of my favorite songs still to play live.
Yeah, and I think this one kind of led us down a path of incorporating the harmonica a lot in the sequence of records, and it's something that we love about Black Sabbath's The Wizard, and just thought it was kind of missing from rock and roll, and it's just such a rock and roll blues instrument that it just felt like sacrilegious to kind of let it fall by the wayside. So we kind of put it in there as if it worked in The Wizard. I mean,
yeah, we used to cover The Wizard. And one time, you're gonna hear me tell the story, but he had the wrong harmonica, and he went out, and it's a different key completely, right? And he started playing it. It's this big dramatic, and we're all like backstage like, shh, the wrong key. And so we just went in with it, and it sounded god awful. And that was in Birmingham.
I was just gonna say, the kicker is it was in the birthplace of Black Sabbath in Birmingham.
So perfect.
And to this day, I almost didn't have this harmonica today because I ordered the wrong one, and it's just a thing. It's a Black Cloud harmonica.
Oh, we know. He's lost on the harmonica, he's insane. Cool. We're ready to do it?
Yeah, the Necromancer.
Wake up in the morning.
do you remember this next one?
Yeah, I do. Queen of the Lion,
That's a
right?
stupid question. After left my mouth, that was stupid.
I remember this one specifically because
What's your take on it?
my take on this is I remember this song coming up and we wrote this song in New York City at Quad Studios, which is little known fact is where Tupac got shot the first time.
Yeah, they had bullet holes still there.
Yeah.
They were proud of it.
So Wind Up had this studio that they were renting, and we just got, like, right when we got signed, it was on the cusp of them, like, really losing a lot of money, and things started to go downhill after that, but we got to see a little bit of what it might have been like 20 years ago to be a band and signed. So they had this place, we stayed there, stayed in the city, we would write in the studio. And this is one of the songs that we just wrote in the studio. I still have the paper that I wrote the lyrics on for this song today. And I remember this one specifically because when this song came up, I was just like, man, I don't know guys, I'm not really feeling this one. And it turns out, I've eaten crow for the last 10, 12 years, because this is one of the fan favorites. So, yeah, this is me saying publicly that I was wrong.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Always remember your reservation for the song, because it's like our ballad. It's so like delicate. Yes. In the beginning. Every song we've ever tried to written like that, it always ends up getting really heavy. And being one of our heaviest songs, like Lamano, like that. Just it ends up getting there anyway. But.
It took us 4 albums to actually write a ballad.
Yeah, and even still, there's like the most epic guitar solo ever. It's really not even epic.
Happiness is awesome.
There you go.
Thanks.
Yeah. I want to play that solo on a grand piano, but it's there. A baby piano. I don't know what kind of piano is that. I'll stand on it.
She swears our love has been dying.
If you need to go, she walked out on the night. She in the darkest night, but all she wants to be is the queen. Yeah, all she wants to be is the queen of the night. Oh, 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 yeah, the queen of the night. Oh, the queen of the night. Oh, 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 yeah, the queen of the night.
Noise.
Again, I say ye crow. I love the song now. I don't even want to say it's grown on me because it's just and I think it's like Bishop said, it was just a ballad, and it just didn't sit right.
Sometimes you have to be in touch with your feels.
Yeah. I was scared of my feels.
It makes you a man. Brian, one of my friends, said, drinking whiskey and what was it? Smoking cigars and drinking whiskey doesn't make you a man. I was like, it's true, but sort of true. Yeah, so the next one, I remember we wrote it at your dad's house in Good Spring.
Yeah.
And there was like a hunting, what would you call that? It's like a
Clubhouse.
Clubhouse?
Yeah.
We wrote it there, and I remember this was after all the wind-up stuff would happen, but right before the record had been recorded, and we needed a single type of a song, and like at that time we were really, really like old school riff rock, and like trying to sell record executives on what on like us thinking. Mountain is cool. They didn't think that was cool. You know what I mean? So it was like, so this was my way of like feeding them a Leslie Litt or West mountain riff. Mississippi. This is our Mississippi Queen, right? And I don't know. Like you can definitely hear it now when I start playing. You'll be like, that guy just stole Mississippi Queen. That sort of thing. It's just not as good as Mississippi Queen. That's one of the best songs. What's your take on this song?
I don't really remember writing it. I feel like it's because it happened so quickly.
Yeah, it was very, very easy to write.
Like 2 hours. It was like 2 hours,
Yeah.
and it was done.
Yeah.
And that's why it was just like a flash in the pan.
And sometimes those songs are the best. In our experience, it is. It's never the songs that you just try to make work or make super intricate. It's always the ones that just happen organically. Everyone says that, right? It's true. It really is true.
I feel like this is our first real glimpse at that, though. I mean, I feel like nothing has ever taken us like eternities to write.
We'll just throw it away and never try it again. If it doesn't work, right away.
Yeah, but this one did, and I feel like this, like it was for the first time something was like that quick. Front to back, it was all done.
And it was our first experience with a real music video. When we joined Wind Up, when we were signed to them, it was at the very end of like when record labels had money. And I remember they then spending like, all recoupable by the way. So we have to pay it back. But like, they're like, oh, it's only like 30 grand. I'm like, are you kidding? Like $30,000 for a video? No, we'll do that ourselves from now. But we did that in the woods of Connecticut.
Yeah, and there was like real makeup artists, and
they had catering, and we this is where we're coming from, right? Like we never. It was such a shock. It still feels weird when people are good to us.
Yeah, we don't believe it.
We're a beat dog. We're beat. Yeah, let's do it. Nowhere to hide. So this next song has one of my favorite stories ever to it. And I'm sorry, Alberto, if you were going to tell this story, but I'm doing it. So when we went to record this song, Alberto was like, "What are you trying to say in the chorus?" And we're like the hand of Lucifer. He's like, "Well, you're saying the monkey of Lucifer." Because it used to be El Mono de Lucifer, so it's that mono is monkey. And
turns out I don't speak Spanish. I'm still learning though.
Which is still equally badass, right? The monkey of Lucifer. The monkey. It's so cool.
I mean, this move doesn't quite work the same, but
so yeah, he was like, "No, it's La Monkey." So So we changed it, and yeah, it sounded so weird for the first, I don't know, for like the first year, because we played that song so long.
Yeah. And for so long it was the Monkey of Lucifer.
Yeah, thank God we changed it. So thank you, Alberto. Give it for Alberto. He's the guy. He's the guy.
He's our Mexican stepdad and our Spanish mentor. And he makes a mean tomatillo salsa.
Absolutely. Anything else about the song you want to talk about?
The devil?
Yeah. I mean, rock and roll and the devil, that always goes well together, right?
Best antagonist there's ever been.
Bring me
Yeah! I'm drinking beer. I had a headache all day. The show, I got too drunk last night. Chris Kid's here, I don't know. Personally, love you, girl.
She got earbuds on.
Good. So this one was written in the studio with Machine, and I remember he left for lunch or something one day, and we wrote the song super quick. And I remember for me writing the song in my heart, I was like, I want to only use single notes. I don't want to play a chord in this whole song. And I thought that was sort of cool. It's very clutch. Very, very my ode to Clutch. Yeah, the best man in the world. I don't care what you say. Clutch. This one, I wish it would have been on the main record.
Yeah.
And this was only on the Full Moon album.
Yeah.
But harmonica song.
Another one.
Gotta love. Anything else you remember about this one?
No, I don't remember. Yeah. I'm very present, like I live in the present. I rely on Bishop a lot for what happened? I don't know. I was chasing butterflies again.
That's why we love you. That's why we love this guy. The kindest, sweetest dude I've ever met.
Oh, thank you.
We're gonna make it.
I mean, I do have you tattooed on my shoulder.
Also, I know me and Brandon are talking a lot, and I don't want that to take away from what's your name? Dan and Pat. They're brothers, and they're so awesome. Pat and Dan. Just happy to have another tall guy again. Hell yeah!
And let me point out that at this point, Dan's been in the band longer than anybody else besides Bishop and I, so.
It's one of those things. Sorry, you want to say something, Dan? Does your mic work? I think it does. Say something. It's one of those things. Is that Kira? Hey, girl. As you get older, right? We're not a big band, so asking people to do what we do for the money that we do it's hard. So you have to have dudes who are like lifers like yourself to do it. And I'm thankful we found those guys. But yeah, I don't know. We'll keep doing this until we die.
That's right.
At least.
And even after that. You know what? Because they got holograms now.
Yeah.
And we're gonna live on forever. We're never gonna stop. So, you're welcome.
All right.
This one's.
You start this one, Dan?
Sure.
Right.
This one's called Back at the Blackwoods.
What is this song for?
Thank you. Majestic.
It's so fun. That's such a fun song.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it makes you smile. Everybody press it. There she is. So the next one, I remember when I was living in Tremont, we wrote that song there. And this was like in the Mother Brain era, and you know, and I'll say it, you know, I wasn't the biggest fan of Low Life, right? It was one of those things for me. It was a co-write that we did, which always feels icky and weird at first, you know. And the label loved it, and they were like, no, this is the hit, and if you don't write something better than this, it's got to go on the record. And so I was like, okay, yeah, we'll show you. So we wrote like three more songs, and they're like, these are awesome, but Lil Life's still the same. So the manipulation 101. Right? And then I get it. I know that I can be like, Drown was one of the songs that we wrote, and it was hoping that we were hoping that the label would love that song because it's so heavy. It's like the heaviest song ever. But it wasn't a single material for them. Yeah, you know, we gave them this song, and I forget where I was going with this.
Well, what ended up happening is we wrote this, and then we were like, no, we didn't want to put Low Life on the record.
Yeah.
And then they were like, well, you can't make the record, and we were like, well, we're gonna.
Yeah, we did. We started driving to Atlanta with anyway. We're like, we don't give a shit. We're doing it. So we drove down there, and Corey was on board to do it, and yeah, and like Low Life for me was one of the ones that came around, right? Like Queen of the Light was for him. Now I see it. I love it. I was just very hesitant because just, you know, I know that I can be stubborn with stuff that I love. But you know, I'm super grateful and happy where we are now and what had all happened. But at this point, I was really stressed out because I've never been in that situation before. So uncomfortable being like pushed and forced and to write a certain way, to do a certain thing. And this was sort of like, you know, sort of like our middle finger, but it really wasn't. You know, in the chorus, it's what's the line? Venomous tongues, poisonous teeth.
Poisonous
tongues. Flip it around.
Poisonous tongues creating.
Right. That's basically, you know, pointed at our A&R.
You did this. But no, this is another song that I remember. We were in your house in Tremont in the studio, and you had this template. And we worked on it, and it was like another 2-hour song, and it was done. And it was like the same feeling again. And at this point, you know, Nowhere to Hide was what, top 20. So we were like, okay, we remember this feeling. Let's go with our gut here. I think this one's gonna top Low Life, and it's gonna make everybody happy.
And everyone ended up loving it. And it was the second single that happened right when COVID did, so it was just sort of. We had all the Low Life, you know, steam, and then COVID happened, and you know, sort of killed it. But you know, you can do. Shit happens.
What do you got next, world?
Yeah, our trailer got stolen. Our van got struck by lightning. You know what else?
Lawsuits.
Lawsuits.
Oops, I can't talk about that.
Yeah. All kinds of fun stuff. But we got 2 beers next door now. The lager is really good. If you really try, that's like my favorite beer they have. But I'm biased. So the next one, slow life, right? What do you wanna?
I just remember writing it. I remember writing this song, and we got out to the car and we laughed.
Yeah.
We laughed. We looked at each other and we laughed.
We're like, that won't see the light of day.
That will never happen.
And then it was held over us for a while. But the demo version was a lot different. So at that point, so let me paint the picture for you, right? The mascot was like, we're gonna make Crobot a big band. We're like, awesome, that'd be cool. And he's like, but we gotta do some crow rides, so you gotta go ride with some people. So they make you ride with people, which we're fine with, and we love doing that because it's just like having another guy in the room and like everyone's equals, you know? So sometimes you get some really good ideas out of it. It's just fun to write. And we went to Atlanta and did this with Johnny Andrews, and Johnny, I love you. But we walked in, and he's like, I got this idea for a song called Low Life. And you could tell he was just like pandering to us, right? Like we walked in and we had like your old RAV4, you know, in this fancy house. And like he was just like, these guys are low lives, you know.
How can I really connect with these guys?
We're gonna really connect with them and their fans, and we're like, okay. Yeah, and I won't say the F word, but he's like, you know, like a girl, like I'm a low life, but I'll F you real good. And me and Brandon looked at each other like, what? What is this guy talking about? This is so stupid.
You sure you listen to us? We talk about wizards and dragons.
Yeah, right. This is weird.
What about girls? Girls don't even come to our shows.
Yeah.
There's girls. I can't believe it.
So the lyrics were a lot cheesier, and you know the label was basically like, just don't change the melody of the chorus. That's fine. And we didn't change everything else, and it was 100% aimed at our A&R. And you know, Soldier Soul of the Devil, you know, all the tropes of that. And also, I didn't have another. Well, maybe next time I can talk. I'll just say it anyway. For Feel This, we had a song called "I'm Gonna Make." What would you call it? No, I'm gonna make you feel.
Oh yeah, My Witness.
My Witness.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which was 100% written towards our A&R, like we hated this guy. And we were on a conference call, it was me and Brandon, and he goes, is that song about me, guys? And Brandon's like, I didn't say anything. And I was like, well, this is your battle. He's like, were your ears ringing? And it was like the meanest song ever.
I think I did follow it up with, I mean, it could be about anything.
Yeah, that's exactly what you said. It was because there was a line about like his golden ears, because he would always say, he's like, I have golden ears, I can just hear the hits, right? And he put a thing about his golden ears that I thought was genius.
Thank you, sir.
So this was the first song to our A&R. Actually, there's a lot of songs about our A&R from that.
Yes, there certainly are.
Yeah. So yeah, this one grew on me. I love playing it every night. I love seeing people sing it.
And we're thankful to have this one on the wall. Top 10 hit. Who would have thought? Turn on your television. They're selling superstition. Criminals and victims, slaves to the system, prisoners to the pain. Yeah, and that was really the song that changed it all.
Yeah, we noticed a huge difference, right? Because we toured a lot before that, and it was always like, not a lot of people at our shows when we headline. And after that song was on radio for however long it was, like over like that. Not that we have hundreds of people at our shows, but like 100 people. We like started like actually having like 100 people. Yeah, and it was cool. And people were discovering the band and discovering like, oh, you've got other records before this, and it was awesome. And that's one of my favorite things as a fan of music, like to find a band that already has stuff to rediscover, or discover.
Yeah, and I think that was like right around the time when curated playlists started becoming like a really big thing, and that song was on a lot of playlists. We got a lot of support on that one, and a lot of the radio stations that we still go to this day. Some have hopped on before that one, but a lot of them, started paying attention once we released that record and our song, and we continue to have some of these relationships today. We've met some amazing people in the industry, and thankful for all you guys as well. That song kind of put us on the map, and it's cool to come from a small place and be proof of concept that you can do it as long as you just keep at it. Find what you love and let it kill you. That's the quote to live by. So.
This one is our Soundgarden ripoff. We started writing the song and it started sounding so much like that world that we just made it a tribute to Chris Cornell. Want to say anything about this?
We're huge fans of Chris and Soundgarden and anything that he's done, and the more I learn about that man and how he approached his instrument of voice and guitar, he does things that nobody really has ever done. I mean, he tuned his guitar to his melodies, which is just kind of crazy.
That's why it took me 5 minutes to tune it. It's a cool tuning.
Yeah, this one is golden. When your golden cage is empty and you made your great escape, they can do what they want with your flesh and your bones, but your soul you cannot take. Yeah, your soul they cannot take. Thank you so much, guys, for coming out. We appreciate you all. Seriously, to celebrate 10 years of anything is an accomplishment, but 10 years for a record release is just, we pinch ourselves every day we get to wake up and do this. And it's all because of you guys, really, truthfully. I say it all the time, if it weren't for you guys, this would be really awkward. So, thank you.
Yeah. So after this next song, we're gonna bring in the machine. Is Machine here? Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
The man, the legend in the house, and Alberto.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring these guys up and just let them talk about making the first record, and then we'll all take some Q&A if anyone has any questions about anything. Yeah, we'll stay here as long. I think we have it rented as long as we want, right? So, we'll ask whatever you guys want to know. But yeah, this next song was our ballad on the new record, and yeah, sort of where we are now.
Yeah. I think it started, as you said, we're like, let's write something like Down in a Hole.
Yeah.
And it just kind of took a turn, and and we kind of put our own spin on it. But this was our attempt to write like an unplugged Alice in Chains style song. So, and I'm always thankful to have this guy's voice on anything, because he hides a lot in the shadows, but his voice complements mine so well. So this was one of those songs that I think he really shines vocally on. So yeah.
Whenever I try to sing by myself, I'm like, ugh. But with Brandon, it's easy. It's easy with Brandon. What's the tempo for this, Dan? I just don't want to play it way too fast. Just clap it. Just clap the whole time. Okay.
Sometimes the wind
need to pretend. If you find love like this, happiness ain't the end of my song. It's just the one my soul keeps singing to keep me holding on. And happiness ain't the destination. It's just the name of this road I'm traveling on, traveling on.
Machine in Alberta. Got some cool stories. Where's Dave? Dave, we have nice to these guys? Look at you. Get up for cousin Dave. Alberto also, I love your jacket. I know it's new and I like giving people compliments on new things.
We're the same size, so we can just...
Yeah, we are. You're the Mexican version of me.
So just for comedy's sake, I was all stressed because I was late.
I know, I kept like looking for you to come in. I didn't see you come in and I was like, shit. He's not
Matter of fact, actually I was an hour and a half early to the Majestic
You
Theater.
got a tattoo, man.
I was an hour and a half early to the Majestic Theater in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
No!
You said that to me on the phone, and I was like, no, it's Pottsville. And you kept saying Gettysburg, and I was like, it's Pottsville. But you made it.
So, why don't you tell the story of, so my version of how we met, from my side of things, was when we signed a wind-up, they said, make a list of your dream producers, and literally, Machine was number one, and we just ended up like bumping into him at a show in South by Southwest. It was the weirdest, most synchronous thing that's ever happened. And so when he was like, we're like, what's your name? Because he came up to us and talked to us. And I didn't talk to him first. Brandon came up and said, dude, the Machine is here at our show.
I pulled out my phone, like literally pulled out my phone. I said, dude, look. And I showed him the notes of our top producers. Machine, top of the list. I mean,
And
you don't believe a man.
how did you get to that show?
That's the best, from a producer's standpoint, the best story I could ever have. Yeah.
Is that one suck? Do you want to just use brands? Can you guys hear Machine? Yeah, just give it that one.
All right.
Dude, so from a producer's standpoint, the meeting of this band is like the best thing that could, the best story, the best thing that could ever happen. And I was on Brandon, I was almost gonna walk away and not tell you who I was. So, and Alberto was with me as well. So I was going, it was like a South by Southwest, and I dragged Alberto with me, like, I'm gonna move to Texas, and I'm gonna bring Alberto with me, so he loves Texas. And I don't know who told me to go to a wind-up showcase. It was one of several events that I was gonna go to, or someone told me to go to, and for some reason, I can tell you why, another bonehead fucking move, like here, I was an hour early because I had entered the time of the showcase in my calendar in New Jersey, and there's an hour difference, so I'll accidentally show up an hour early. And then here's this band playing.
Yeah, because you were going to see another band.
Yes. I was told to go see some wind-up band that's
so
kind of
if
sing
you
along.
didn't put it in there, you wouldn't have seen it.
Yeah.
Which is so great.
Another one. And so I mean, we walk up and we're just like, what is this? I was like, so into it. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, what is this band? Why don't we know about this band? They're so up my alley. I mean, just the grooviest thing, and so these unique sounds coming from Bishop. And I'm like, why don't we know this? Like, Alberto's researching, and it's like, they're small.
Yeah, there was nothing. We're like, is there a new band? Like, what's going on here? And I think the timing was great too, because so the guys are huge Clutch fans, right? And we just came out of Clutch, or Rucker came out, it's a great album. So he comes to Brandon and he's like, whoa, you guys are awesome. It's like, wait, you're a Machine. It's like, yeah, we should work with you guys. They're like, yeah, fuck yeah.
I mean, Machine's done like some of my favorite records of all time.
Cheers.
Literally.
I just approached this kid, just to do the thing. I was like, listen, I just want to tell you, you're awesome and why I think you're awesome. And I was going to walk away. I was ready to walk away and move on. And Brenda's like, hey man, who are you? I'm like, yeah, I'm Machine, the producer. He's like, wait. No one gets stories like this from my perspective. And he was like, dude, he breaks out that phone and shows me that list and is like, hold on right there. Let me brings the label guy and brings in, and we were just, and then
We hung out all week after that.
and we did, and they were Clutch fans, and on that, just by total coincidence, they were big Clutch fans. I had produced Clutch. That very same night, Clutch was doing their big reveal showcase for Earth Rocker. I took them, we hung out, it was like, dude, it was like bro love. Total bro love from there on out.
Yeah, it was unreal. Just so thankful. We recorded that record in Jersey before you came to Austin.
But I forget that.
I mean,
I
I do.
associate everything Crobot in the barn in Austin, yeah.
Right.
But that's true. It was one of the, I guess, was it one of the last ones in Jersey?
No, this was about a year and a half before we moved here. It was 2012.
Alberto's like got all the memory.
Oh, well, we'll leave you on that. And I don't know. Here's an interesting fact. So when we were recording that record, I hadn't had health insurance for God knows how long, right? And the stress of dealing with the brothers, and just everything. Recording the first real record of my life, I was having like tightness in my chest, right? And I was just like, I need to just go to the doctor and see what's up. So you want to tell that story, Alberto?
Yeah, so I have to drive into the ER, right? She's like, yeah, my chest hurt. I'm like, yeah, we should go somewhere.
I should, after all the bills, I should have just went to the urgent care.
Yeah. So we show up, and you know, the moment that you say that an ER, somebody has chest pains, everybody freaks out. They're like, they come out with like a wheelchair and stuff. It's like, who's the patient? It's just like you're the patient.
Yeah. India, who knew I just had high blood pressure for 10 years? Now I feel fine, but they gave me some yeah.
The best part is we're complaining about the food because he spent the night there. So I come on the next morning, and I'm like, do you want anything? He's like, yeah. I was like, I'm studying a dunking, so I come in with like a giant coffee and donuts.
Yeah. Like that's gonna help my blood pressure. Jesus Christ. That's my boy. He's got my back, What else happened? Oh, this was another weird thing. During that record, Wind Up got us a house to stay in Orange, New Jersey. And it just so happened to be the guitar player for Prince and Justin Timberlake, and his name is Mike Scott. Look him up, it's crazy. And we talked to his wife, he's like, you guys are a band? He's like, I listen to the band. And like, they had a whole wall, he had a whole wall of like, glamour shots of himself without a shirt and like a snake around his neck. It was wild. It was wild. But yeah, like he's an awesome, phenomenal guitar player. Prince is a guitar player. We stayed in his Airbnb house for that record. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Lots of fun stuff, man. Lots of good memories.
For sure. One of my favorite ones was when we tracked I know the
Oh, Jesus.
So Bishop and I became close really quickly. We figured we have a love for guitar pedals, guitar riffs, taking shots, and we can't do that for agenda. And this was one of those cases where we were just like, we're gonna track this song about the devil. We can't just track a song. We gotta do something, right? So we went to our local party city and just went absolutely crazy. Came back with all these candles and skulls and fake blood. And like, we decided to paint our faces. We had a rope metal. Brandon's in the corner in a rope with a red mask holding a banana.
We'll post the photos of it. It's so silly. And like,
Yeah, it's somewhere in the
We'll repost it. It's the funniest stuff.
Michelle came in the room and it's like, what is happening?
Yeah. It was scary. Yeah, so that's how we tracked quality. Yeah, I had like fake blood all over my body, my shirt off. It was so weird. It was so weird.
Oh, we make cookies in the shape of pentagrams.
Yes. Well, the way we recorded that record was we did pre-production, then we recorded a week of drums, a week of bass and guitar, and then vocals, and then last week's vocals, and then percussion, I think. And then, so once I was done with guitars, really, like, it was just sort of like, have fun time after that. And that's when we tracked more on it, and did like stupid videos, and we built some guitar pedals and stuff. So.
We tried, we destroyed like 3 pedals.
Yeah. It took us two tries. It's okay. Any other fun stuff that happened on that record you remember, Brandon?
Again, I
resort to Bishop for the memories. But I do remember, I remember walking back and forth to that bodega, getting sandwiches, and I remember a story. So when we were recording Something Supernatural, you know who was recording downstairs? Ice-T.
Body count.
Body count. They were doing the body count record, and we're like, oh my god, that's Ice-T.
Coco was there with the dog.
Yeah. Coco came in, and I think somebody in our camp fed the dog, and the dog got sick, and now we're on Ice-T's hit list. So we might be the next victim in one of the new music videos.
We literally heard him going, "Dog shit, get shot."
Did he just say talk shit, get shot?
And then
all right, let's
song
stay.
came out, and we're like, dude, this is awesome. So you guys have any questions? Anybody have anything? I don't care.
We got one right back there.
All right, I can't see. It's hard.
I got it.
Yell it.
What is each of your favorite Crobot songs?
Mine's probably right now probably metal. tribute to Lemmy, unofficial tribute to Lemmy, you know? We did that, tour, it was the last Motorhead tours, and he was very kind to us, even though he's really sick, and it was awesome. So, mine's go.
Well, on Sunday Supernatural, La Mano de Lucifer is very interesting, deep, and trippy and special. And then there's just Chupacabra, which is like, right? I had kids around at the time, and that's just a fun, and my kids are freaked out on that song.
I love the percussion that you put in that. You brought up putting that in, and it reminded me so much of Blast Tyrants. Like Cypress Grove, that Clutch song where there's the percussion intro and there's the bongos in that song. It gives it a feel, a groove that is in that same sort of way.
For sure. And then I think my favorite song that I wasn't involved in was you played here was actually Gasoline. That was my favorite song on that record. And as you remember when we did our video thing not so long ago, I brought that up. I was like, we have to include that. We're gonna do another song just to include Gasoline because it's special.
Mountain is a big one just because it was so much fun. Like that, that we kept us sane through COVID. We were doing a lot of that at my place. So I had a lot of fun memories with that. But also Come Down from the next record. I feel like whenever I heard that song, it's like, okay, yeah, this is gonna be like great. I feel like everything came together and we finally had like the sound of the record. So yeah, that's very special.
Like Alice in Chains vibes for sure. It's something different for us.
I think from something supernatural, I think mine is it's probably Skull Geronimo. They say never put your highest note on record, and I'm just pretty sure that's my highest note. I can't go any higher than that. But I got to get like very conspiracy theory kind of go into that vibe, and I love writing lyrics like that. But lately it's been From the Ground, and I think that song, thanks, that when we got finished writing that song, to me I was like, all right, that's the quintessential Crobot song. It's like, it's got the Soundgarden vibes, but we kind of do our own thing with the grunge, tones, and it's just such a journey, and the dynamics are there, and it was just, for the first time we felt like back at those sessions with something supernatural, doing things the way exactly we wanted to do with somebody that we wanted to do it with, and not to say that the producers in between us we didn't get along with. It was more label side of things, but
it was different. It was very different.
Yeah, it was very different, and with this latest record, From the Ground was just kind of like, oh god, that felt so good. And I just look at that as being the quintessential Crobot song.
That's my favorite too.
And off the new record, that's my favorite as well. That one absolutely explodes out of the gate. Even live, it just seems to it's a wall of sound. But my favorite is Without Wings. That song starts one way and just you take off and you don't let up. And it's pure chaos for about 4 minutes, and it's an absolute ride to my life.
We lost Pat. I turned around to Pat. Pat's gone.
He went to the bathroom. Hey, yeah, he went to the bathroom.
What? Any other questions?
If you got any other questions, guys? One here. And by the way, are we sound checking, guys? You didn't tell me.
Nah, just make Anthrophobia sound good.
Okay.
Guys, tonight was amazing. The acoustic jams were wonderful. Any chance we get any releases acoustically, whether a track or a whole album?
I would love to. Oh yeah, we're just gonna release this. We recorded it.
Yeah, surprise! We're being recorded.
Yeah. No, I mean that's a great idea. We've never really. I guess we did during COVID. We did a couple acoustic. We did Gasoline acoustic, but we didn't release it like visually. But then now we are on we're on Megaforce like a distribution deal, so we have the creative freedom to do whatever we want. So we can do that now.
Do it.
Yeah, and it's like so liberating to have those options, right? We've built this thing that we love, and now we can just do whatever we want. If we want to take our time, we can. If we want to do 2 records a year, we can. Just have to get the method.
Got another question back here.
Okay.
My name's Demetrius. I like long walks on the beach now. Number one, thank you guys for being you and sharing your voices with us. Y'all have been a soundtrack to our lives, so thank you for that.
Thank you.
We love you.
Likewise. One question for Crobot, one for Machine. Crobot, you've been very candid with some thoughts on A&R guys and stuff like that during your career. What's been the most valuable lesson you've learned through your career? And for Machine, what makes Crobot stand out from all the other artists you've worked with?
Mine's just, trust your gut, right? Like, looking back, every decision, my gut was, I don't want to say that I'm always right because I'm not, but like, at the very end of the day, like, if you trust your gut and you're wrong, at least you have that, right? If you trust your gut and and you are wrong, then it's just like, that's a bad place to be in, because then it's just like, why not do that? If you just do what you're proud of all the time. That's my biggest lesson. I don't know if I said that right, but whatever.
It starts with fun, and it always ends with fun. If fun is not a part of it, none of you are going to have fun either. So if we're enjoying what we're doing, then there's a very good chance that's going to translate to y'all. And every time we go into the writing room, it's always, we're cracking jokes, and that's a good way to get the vibe going. And you have to keep that, you try to stay 14, 16, whenever you started, whenever you first, write your first riff and you get excited. If you stay excited and keep it fun, then everything else will fall into place.
Amen.
There's a reason that 13 years later, we don't have to say anything to each other, because I was going to say trust your gut, but Bishop said that too, so. No, I think it's just, be authentic, trust your gut, and everything led us to right now, so I don't regret a single thing that we've done. We've learned a lot in a short amount of time, realistically, and we've been thankful enough to tour the world with some of the biggest bands and work with some of the best and biggest producers and names in the business. I mean, these guys to my left are real deal, like Grammy real deal. You know what I mean? Like, these guys up here are legends, and they're our friends. Like, it's just the coolest thing to be able to honestly, come back to Schuylkill County and have all of these things that have happened to us and reflect on them and just understand that, we wouldn't be here right now if it wouldn't have been for everything that has happened before. So, I mean, just live in the moment and be authentic.
What was my question?
What separates Crobot from the other artists you've worked with?
Good question. I noticed this on that very first day about that wind-up showcase.
I said, yeah, I remember.
Instantly hit me. I was like, all these classic great bands throughout history, it's not just about the singer, Van Halen, AC/DC. There was something also stand out about the music side. And when something's signature, usually we get today there's a lot of samey bands and a lot of people record a similar way and so on and so forth. And then there's what differentiates bands is the singer, and we had that in Crobot. But in Crobot, we had a signature guitar player. Like an Eddie, like an Angus, like So yeah, Bishop has an absolute sound, and I would beat this into him. He has this, or Tamarello. He has this signature thing he does with his pedals that I was just obsessed with. I was like, oh my God, this is fascinating, and we have to whore this out. It's like a DJ minded, the things he does with his delay, I'm like, and even after we stopped working together, I would still beat that into your head. Like,
Well, yeah.
That's
a
really
lot of
important.
Producers tried to take that out.
no.
Right. And that's what like I would try to argue, like, no, this has to be there. Like it's sort of the thing, Like octaves would try to be pulled out, delay interludes and like really trippy sections would try to be pulled out, and yeah. So
I'm always, as a producer, desperately looking for signatures, unique signature things that a band has. And it hit me right in the face with this band. Like, oh wow. It's a full thing. It's signature stylist vocalist and a unique, memorable, stylistic guitar player. You don't get that a lot. You get that in the classic bands, and I just knew that this band, if they wanted to stick with it, they could do this forever. And I knew that on day one. I was like, I'm down with that shit.
Anybody else? Got one right here.
Hi, Crobot. You guys rule. Thank you. First of all, I don't live here. However, I've come up here for a bunch of shows over the years. And I want to say Rick, because he's here with us now.
yeah.
And he helped motivate a lot of us in the Crobot community.
And that's Kevin, right?
Yeah, Kevin.
I can't see you, but I hear your voice. Hey, dude.
Question for Bishop, Dan, and Bishop, or Brandon, sorry. Since you can put out whatever you want to put out going forward, if you did an EP, like what's your guilty pleasure song you would want to be on that EP? You know what I mean? That you would never, that people wouldn't think about, that you might release.
Like a cover?
Yes, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, guilty pleasure cover.
In Vogue. 3 times. Yeah, dude, that song is like built for Crobot. Like the riffs in it, it's like the register of Brandon, but it's just, if you change the words, it's weird. And that song's all about being an independent black woman. You know what I mean? So that, I don't know if we can do it, but I guess we can. We could. That'd be nice.
Brandon, Dan.
I would say probably something from Rainbow. You brought up my dad, and that would be the cherry on top of Ice Cream Mountain for my dad. If we did Man on a Silver Mountain, he would shit a brick and it would land on all of us. So.
We did a cover of Outshine for a while that we took out. That was
That's not a guilty pleasure. Come on, dude. What about Blackpink? What else is it? K-pop. That's what we're talking about.
Me too. I'd like to see. Let's do some Bruno Mars. I want to see something. Let's do Uptown Funk and make it the absolutely the funkiest, heaviest thing ever. And just do your moves everywhere.
That was 24. Well, we're 2 better than Bruno, so we got 2 more carrots.
You guys want to do one more question?
Sure.
One more question. Right here.
So obviously, Pottsville is a very significant. Oh, girl! It's significant for you guys. Is there any other cities that are significant to you guys?
Austin. Me, Dan, and Matt live in Austin now. East Tennessee. I'm from East Tennessee, Kingsport. So the Tri-Cities of Northeast Tennessee. Knoxville is where my family's from. So like that, and then we've got Madison, Wisconsin. Wisconsin, which is where Dan's from originally. And yeah, so anytime we play those areas, it's a lot of fun, and it feels like its own little hometown thing because friends and family are there. But yeah, nothing's like here though. You know, because this is like where we make the most of our memories. So, yeah, and I'm very thankful to be back here.
And like the runner-up city, I think Alberto and I maybe had a little influence. You know.
Oh yeah, I mean literally, I moved to Austin with Alberto the first time. He was moving when they were moving there. I was like, I just jumped on the bandwagon. And here we are, and that's where I met Dan and Pat, my two favorite people other than Brandon. We lost Pat. Pat's so introverted. I'm so sorry that we took on the spot. But I guess that's it, right? So, yeah, go get some dinner, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, guys.